Alright, hey, it's Mega here, and we're gonna go take the Sur Ron Light Bee out for a first ride with the new EBMX controller, alright? I'm not gonna lie, I already took it out for a ride, and I kind of know what to expect. Alright, I took it out for a ride to test the headlight out, alright? But in this video, we're gonna take it out for its first spin with the initial tune settings that were already on the EBMX controller, okay? Basically the stock settings, alright? For after my bike has been set up, all right. So you guys can see what kind of performance the stock tune is set at, all right. Now this Sur Ron Light Bee is a race bike, okay. So I need it to be really fast, all right. I need that, like, when I get on the throttle, I need it to go really fast, all right. And it's not set up like that, I think, all right. We'll find out when we get out there, all right. Before the sun comes down. Let's go take it out for a ride. I've got it on the charger right now, so we can get some good charge on it. I think it's got 60-70%, somewhere around there. And then, yeah, let's just take it for a quick spin around the block, and then you guys can see what the performance is like with the controller, with the base settings. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll use the phone. We'll go take the phone with us. I think one of the things that we have to do is we got to what's the word? Adjust the speed, all right, calibrate the speedometer, all right, so yeah, all right, let's go pop to it. Alright, it's Mega here. We're gonna go take the Light Bee out for a ride, like I mentioned. Fire it up. I'm gonna turn the headlight off because we don't need that right now. Alright, we've got 57%. I guess the battery gauge is less optimistic. Okay, so it is in, so I'll show you guys how it works. I know you guys, when I did the setup video, you probably know what's up, but, so, we need to do search device, alright, there's the X-9000, Hades and Megamoto, so you don't mistake it for any other's bike that has the X-9000 on it around us, okay. So right now, the throttle is not live, okay? When you're in race, so right now we're in race mode 0, and then to get the bike to move, you've got to hit the up button on the SW102, okay? Boom, all right, or SW201, whatever it was, the Egg Rider display. All right, now we're in race 1. The bike should be live now, okay? So this is the lowest power mode, all right, guys? And so there is a, I think the speedometer might be, it might be GPS speed, all right? So I don't know how good the calibration is. We're just gonna take it for a ride, all right, guys? All right, it's pretty slow at mode 1, guys. Check this out. All right, so I've already got a problem with this bike at full twist. Oh no, it worked fine. That's hard. Oh, that's weird. It wasn't doing it last night. Alright, anyway, yeah, let's go take it for a ride. Alright, very smooth throttle right off the bat. Alright, there's a regen. So, I'll show you how the regen works, guys, also. So, when you just get on the throttle, it just slows the bike down. Alright, there you go. So, if I want to slow down just a little bit, I give it a little bit of regen throttle, alright? Just a little bit, alright? If I want to slow down a lot, all the way, alright? Now, I think the regen is not jacked up very much. I think it's like 20% or something. I think what 20% means is 20% of the bike's power is being used to slow it down, okay? At max regen, alright, guys? So here it is. I'm using it again. We'll never have to use the brakes again. Haha! So that is the number one reason I bought this controller, guys, is because of that. Alright? It's because of the regen throttle. Alright? Alright, so here's a full regen braking with the stock settings, alright? Alright, we're going about 23. Full regen. Okay, not bad. It it kind of ramps up, I guess. It doesn't come in very fast, is what I'm gonna say. It's kind of gentle. All right, but it is a significant amount of power to slow it down. All right. Also, let's go take a look at the battery gauge. So look at the voltage. All right, so we're at 70 volts. I'm gonna get on the regen, and then we'll see what it's gonna say. All right. All right, 73, 74. All right, off. It's 72 volts. All right, so we gain extra 2 volts by using the regen. All right, guys. So that means you're putting power back into the battery. So when you give it throttle, the regular throttle, all right, the go throttle, it decreases the voltage, right? And then when you get on the regen throttle, all right, throttle number 2, it actually increases the voltage, all right? I'm Hades Omega is no stranger to using a regen throttle, okay, guys? I've had lots of experience using it. All right. Oh wow, they kicked out all the homeless people here. That's interesting. Yeah, they're all gone. Okay, so now we're gonna try. So this is mode 1. All right, this is a full twist, mode 1. All right, pretty impressive. We got 25 pretty fast. All right. The bar on the graph, it says it's 3 red bars. Okay. Now I'm gonna go up to. We're on race 2 now, okay? We're in mode 2 race. Oh, it cut out, see? Yeah, it cuts out at full throttle, so that kind of sucks, man. So, we'll do some stoppies, some slowdowns and stuff. Okay, let's slow down right here. Does it have more regen the higher the mode you go? I don't think so. Okay. So I'm gonna try to accelerate without it cutting out. All right. If we get to full throttle, it cuts out. So. It cuts out a certain thing. I don't know what that is, man. So I was thinking that might have been the throttle tuning, but it's not. All right, guys. Yeah, just when it feels like it's starting to make power, it just stops. Yeah, and it's violent too. It just cuts out. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Okay, we're gonna try mode 3, so it's probably gonna cut out even more. Alright, I can definitely feel there's a lot of pull, guys. Oh, and it cuts out right away. So it seems like when I make a certain amount of power, it wants to cut out. So let me see if I can see what that is. Alright, 4.5, 4.5, 5.3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Around 10 kilowatts of power it seems to want to cut out. Okay, so now all the bars are up. Alright. And then I guess, I don't know what that is. That might be some kind of speedometer or something. It's interesting that they don't, they do show you the RPM. It's 3,000 RPM we're doing right now. Alright, motor temp is 94F. Alright, there's another screen here that has more stuff on it. Controller temp is 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, phase current is 100 amps, is what it's saying. Let's see what the voltage is, a full twist. Yeah, it doesn't get the full twist, guys. So that's kind of annoying that it does that. Tells you what amp hour you're using. Okay. So, alright, here's I'm gonna the speedometer doesn't update very fast. Let's see if we can do a race launch, guys. Do a race launch, but I think it's just gonna fall flat on its face. Oh, yeah. So after a certain amount of current, it just falls flat on its face. Let's try it again. I'll see if I can keep an eye on it. Ooh, it's got a lot of power. Man, dude, the light counter just wants to take off on me. It's not like an instant power like my KO motor was controlled, was a thing. Very smooth. I just updated or I replaced the primary drive on my bike, so it's super smooth. Yeah, when it makes a lot of power. Oh, I got an error 2. I got an error 2 on there. Okay, so nice thing about the Egg Rider display is it'll tell you faults. It will tell you faults if there's something wrong with the controller. Let's see if I can get it to do that again. Oh yeah, error 2, error 2. Okay, so we're hitting error 2. It doesn't keep it there, like if there's a fault, it doesn't like keep it in the computer. All right, it doesn't tell you right away. Man, we're running out of power. I need to charge the battery. This thing is eating up a lot of power. Let's see how fast we can get it. Oh yeah, 10 kilowatts. It just falls flat on its face at 10 kilowatts. Fastest we can get is 44 miles an hour before it wants to die. Alright, we're doing about -2, somewhere between -2 and 3 kilowatts at regen, alright guys? I haven't used the brakes at all this whole ride also, by the way, guys. Okay, mode 3 is the most power, but like it doesn't like it, alright? It doesn't like being more than 10 kilowatts. Oh, yeah. Well, if I put it on mode 1, it dies a little less, but yeah. Alright, and then there's one thing else I want to test. Put my mirrors up, man. Go into one of these courts. Okay, there's the regen, full regen. Not quite. I probably should have used the mechanical brake right there, okay? So, if the regen isn't enough, guys, you have the option of using the front brake, all right? I like using the front brake. I don't like using all the brakes at the same time. I use the regen and the front brake to slow down. So, let's try that. We'll do emergency stop. Okay, that's full front brake and regen braking. All right, here we go again. Full regen, full brake. Wow, pretty good. I don't know how fast we're going, but all right, that's partial. That's about half regen right there. All right. So you get a good idea for how well it stops. We might want to think. Okay, there's another thing. There's one more thing that we can test out with this. Is the reverse mode. All right. So if you go to 0, it does nothing, guys. Right? Nothing. It's not doing anything. Let me see what the throttle input is. Yeah, throttle's 5.1. I don't know why. It won't go past 10 kilowatts. That's not good. Okay, now we're in R mode, all right? This is reverse mode, so the bike will actually go in reverse. There you see, guys, I'm doing it. I'm riding the bike in reverse. It's kind of weird, all right? I'm going to go back to 1. Okay, and then we're going to go back into reverse mode. Okay, here's another thing I want to try. I didn't have a reverse mode on my BAC controller, but I do on this one. I want to see if the regen works with the reverse mode. I'm gonna just leave my feet hanging out, man. It looks like you can do about 5 miles an hour in reverse mode. Oh yeah, it does. It does a wheelie too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. When you twist it and you're expecting it to go forward, but it goes backwards.
To tell you the truth, on this bike, guys, on this particular bike, a Sur Ron Light Bee, you do not need a reverse mode. Okay, guys. The bike is so light, you do not need something like that. Now, I could understand if it's a really heavy bike, then yes, a reverse mode would help. Like my Alta, I wish I had a reverse mode. That thing is a beast. Okay, so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that first ride. We did about 4 miles on this, and we're about 42% or 70 volts. All right, I'm having a problem with the bike cutting out around 10 kilowatts. All right, it's not. I thought it was something to do with the throttle, but it's not. The throttle is fine. So, okay. Let's test. Let's put it in mode 2. Okay. Can you change mode while you're riding? Yes, you can. If I want to go to mode 1, it'll do it. All right. Very good. Yeah. Okay. Here's another thing I want to try. What if you're accelerating and you hit the regen throttle? What happens? I think so. On the BAC controller, when you're accelerating and you press on the regen throttle takes over. All right. It cancels out the regular acceleration. All right. So here we go. I'm going to get on the regen throttle while I'm accelerating. Oh yeah. It just cuts out. Okay, and it does nothing. All right, so the throttle does nothing with when your regen is depressed. Okay, guys. So it works just like the BAC controller. All right, that's exactly, and that, I like that, man. That's how it was before. Okay. Obviously, you can't accelerate and decelerate at the same time, right? You can't try to make the motor do two things at once unless you got 2 motors, man. You have like some kind of skid steer thing, man. Okay, guys, so I think that's it. Now let's turn my headlight on. It's getting dark. I don't know if this speedometer is set right. Yeah, let's go test it real quick. I'm gonna go run a GPS. This might be a GPS. Let me see. Let's go. Let me go make a right turn here. So one thing is you can't use the regen if you take your left hand off the handlebar. Okay, I'm gonna go like 20 miles an hour. According to the Egg Rider, 20 miles an hour. And we're gonna try to keep it there. Can't keep it at 20 miles an hour, let's see. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think the speedometer is fine. It reads the same thing as the Egg Rider. It's pretty close. The Egg Rider's a little fast. So maybe I need to adjust my wheel size just a little bit. Let's go to, I'm going to use a GPS speed app, all right? We're going to go to navigation, digital HUD. Okay. Oh, I guess I haven't used it. I guess it must have updated or something. Okay. So I'm going to use the GPS and we're going to compare it to the Egg Rider, all right, the display. See how close it is. So you're riding on the street, you got to know how fast you're going, right? Okay, we're doing about 25 right now. And they're the same almost. All right, the Egg Rider is 25 and the speedometer says 26. So the Egg Rider is the display, all right, the X-9000 display is a little bit, it reports the speed that you're going is actually faster than what it really says on the display, okay? So it's the display is a little slow, all right? It's saying we're going slower than we're really going, okay? So that's okay, I guess, if we're off by like 1 mile an hour. It's very manageable in the first gear. All right, so let's go over the settings real quick. I think I went over it in the setup video, but we'll go over it one more time. Can we do pivot turns? Oh no, it's not enough power! Damn it! Yeah, I was trying to give it more power to get the front to come up more. All right, let's try this. Okay, let's put it in mode 3. All right, let's see how zippy the throttle is. Okay. Oh, you know what? Pivot turns are harder. I have the KO swing arm, and it's harder to do pivot turns now. I'm noticing. Yeah, it's harder to do pivot turns. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can hop up the curb. Yes, you can. Regen. Okay, let's do a 90-degree pivot. Yeah, it's harder to do pivot turns. It's not the controller's fault, guys. The controller is perfectly capable of doing a pivot turn, but the swing arm is longer now, so it's harder to do that. I kind of don't like that, but I didn't really use pivot turns all that much. All right, we're going to do a pivot turn onto the curb right here. Nice. Okay. Okay, I was able to loft the wheel up past that first curb. The throttle is a little sluggish, guys. When you get on it, it doesn't give you the power right away. There's a kind of delay, okay? So, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the first ride. I'm going to open my garage. That's my first ride with the initial settings in the EBMX X-9000 controller, or with the app setup. I have mine set up for Sur Ron, KO, KO Moto, and then it's a KO F-spec motor, all right, and I'm running a 72-volt battery, okay, and we got a problem where the bike at 10 kilowatts, it cuts out, all right, that's what I noticed. I looked at the power, and at 10 kilowatts, it just falls flat, all right, that's not good, okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, I would say race 1, I feel race 1 is kind of like a stock Sur Ron. Race 1. Race 2, probably twice as much power as a stock Sur Ron, and race 3 has probably like close to 15 kilowatts. All right, but they made it so the throttle isn't very touchy, guys. It's really gentle. It ramps up really slow. So I'm sure there's a way you can adjust it so you can go really fast. For drag racing or hole shots, I need like all the power. All right. All the power. Like if it's too much power, the tires will spin, right? Well, if the tires don't spin, I want more power, guys. Okay. And I have the KO swing arm. This thing won't come up. Okay. Yeah. So it says we're at 69 volts, and we're at 69 volts here on the display. Okay, so that's right. We're at 1 bar. All right, right there. Let's go back to the KO, not the KO, I do have the KO app open, the EBMX app. Okay, I'm getting an error too. I got to figure out what that is. I'll put a subtitle below when I figured it out, okay? What an error 2 when that happens. Okay, speedometer, pretty close. I think I'm not going to mess around with the speedometer. I just have to remember, hey, the speedometer is a little slow, all right? You got to remember when you're going 25, you're really going 26 or 27 miles an hour, okay? That's fine, all right? That's just stay at the speed limit, Hades Omega, and you shouldn't get in any trouble, okay? So compared to the GPS, I think this is GPS right here. There's also another one. We can do street mode, okay? Let's try street mode. Street mode doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything in street mode. Okay, let's put it back in race mode. Okay. Okay, it works in race mode, but it doesn't work in street mode. That's kind of odd, all right? We're going to have to figure that out. So there's a lot of issues, guys. So there's a lot of, so Hades Omega needs, for my tuning, I'm going to tune it like I had my KO Moto controller tuned, all right? As much as possible, okay? Now we don't have to adjust we don't have to do anything for the regen except for maybe jack it up. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so speedometer is okay. I'm not going to mess around with it. These are my plans. We got to fix the 10 kilowatt cutout, all right? I don't know why it's cutting out at 10 kilowatts. We'll figure out what that error 2 is, all right? That's the the cutting out at 10 kilowatt and the error 2 are like probably related, okay? It doesn't work on street mode, all right? So you should have like 6 forward gears, right? And then two reverse gears, right? A street reverse, a race reverse, all right? And then you have the neutral, that doesn't count as anything. And then you have 3 streets and 3 race modes, all right? And the 3 race modes work, but the street mode doesn't work, all right? How can I change that? Do I just hold the mode button down? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, there's a trip information. That's pretty nice. So that's how this little egg rider display works. So it tells you your average speed. Your max speed was 54. Did we hit 54 miles an hour? I don't remember, guys. Maybe. We hit 44 miles an hour. I know that. That was yeah. So there's a top speed we hit, 44, before it starts cutting out. I had to just kind of milk it. You know what it reminds me of is when I had the QS 165 motor installed on this. That's exactly what it did. When you get on the throttle all the way, it would just cut out. All right. So we rode 5.4 miles so far, and our riding time is 20 minutes, and it goes 4 miles. This is a really nice display. I like it, man. It's better. Oh, it asked if you want to clean the display. I put no. Okay, there's a motor setting. Motor is 0.8 kilowatts average, and the max was 10.2 kilowatts. So there you go, guys. The motor will not rev past 10 kilowatts. All right. Once we get to 10 kilowatts, it just falls flat, and that shows it right there. Okay, max 10.2. It won't go past 10 kilowatts. This bike should be able to do. This bike and this battery should be able to do 15 kilowatts. Okay, guys. Okay. Exit. Okay. I don't know how to change the mode. I think I watched the video. You gotta turn the bike off, and then you turn it back on, and then you hit the mode button right away, and then it'll change what it is. So let's try that. So I'm gonna turn it off. All right. We're gonna turn it back on. I'm gonna hit the mode button. Nope. Hold the mode button down. Oh, no, yeah, okay, there we go. I guess then you have to go to mode, and then you change it to street, okay? Then gets us to street mode, and we hit exit, and then the bike doesn't run. I can hear the motor trying to do something. Okay, and then it doesn't do it anymore, okay, guys? So if you accidentally put it in street mode and it doesn't work, you gotta turn the bike off, turn it back on, hold the mode button down, and then go to mode, and then put it in race mode or street, whatever mode you want, and then hit exit. Okay, so there's a menu. There's a menu when you first turn it on. I think if you do it within 10 seconds, if you hold the mode button down, it has a big menu. There's a bigger menu than what it normally is, because you saw the other one only had 2, right? It had trip and the motor. And that one you can change the mode from street to race. All right. It seems to be that's the only time you could do it, or you can do it in the app on the fly. Okay, you just press this button here with the flags on it. It says race, and then it'll turn to street mode, and then that turns to street mode also. Okay, I don't know any other way to change that mode. All right, but for some reason it doesn't work in street mode. It always starts in 0. I'm gonna put it in race mode, and then it works. Okay. All right, so that was the first ride. Okay, I gotta figure out this 10 kilowatt cutout issue, and I need to jack the power up a little more. I think I kind of like the settings that it's at right now. On the KO app, I had the full power mode, I had the sport mode and the eco mode. Okay, guys, so now we got 3 modes. So what I can probably do is I'll probably have a sport mode, and then we'll have the eco mode, and then we'll have like an even slower mode. All right. Yeah. So, and yeah, that's just like, how much power, when you twist the throttle, how much power is it going to give you, type of thing. Okay. It's pretty cool. And then the regen, I'm not going to really do much with the regen, except for maybe jack up the maximum regen. All right. I think we're at 20% regen. If you go in the app, if you go in the settings for the app, there is a thing for the regen here. reverse strength. Oh, it's at 50% right now. So, okay. But Hayes Mega will play around with that. Okay, so anyway, that was the first ride, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's the ride with the initial settings in there after we did like the initial setup. All right. It's going to be different for every bike because every bike has different stuff, all right? Mine's a Sur Ron with the KO F-Spec motor, and I've got a 72-volt battery, okay? So, all right, thanks for watching. Hayes Meg out. That's the first ride.
All right, hey, Hayes Meg here. So I'm just going to tack this on the end of the first ride video. These are what the power settings were on there, okay? So power level 1 in race mode is 10 kilowatts, power level 2 is 12 kilowatts, and power level 3 is 15 kilowatts, okay? And in power level 1 you've got 400 phase amps, power level 2 you got 500 phase amps, and power level 3 you got 600 phase amps, all right? So phase amps is like the torque, guys. It's like how fast are you going to get that power? Like the more phase current, the faster it will accelerate, okay guys? The harder it'll pull is basically what that means, all right guys? So the cool thing is every mode you can adjust, you can adjust how much torque you want the bike to produce, okay? So that could be handy, all right, when you don't want to have a lot of power. There are situations you would want to have a lot of power and some you don't, right? Like if you were in low traction situation, it would be very hard to control a bike that with a lot of power and you had no traction, okay guys? So it's like these are like gears also. Just think of it like that. Like in a car, you got first gear, second gear, third gear. These fancy ECUs that you can program nowadays, they have, like, let's say you have a turbocharger and you have a feature called boost by gear, all right? So you might have too much power in a low gear, it just tires will just spin, right? Or you might break something. So what a lot of people do is they set the boost level lower. I guess they have like an electronic solenoid for their turbo or something, and then so at lower gears you get less boost, all right? Then the higher you get up in the gears, it increases the boost because you'll have less torque because you're in a higher gear, right? So just think of it that way, okay? That's one way you can adjust how much traction you're getting, right? All right, and then here you've got reverse strength, so you can actually, you remember I said like, oh, we're only going like 4 miles an hour. Well, you can increase that more, okay? I guess the strength is the percent of whatever mode you're in. So like, let's say you're in 15 kilowatts, we got 50% strength, so it's going to cut that 15 kilowatts in half, so you got like 7.5 kilowatts reverse, all right? So you don't want to go fast in reverse, guys. I just want to say. So there's also a speed limiter. The speed limiter is set to 124 miles an hour, okay? There's a thumb throttle, regen strength, and the power settings. I think you can adjust the thumb throttle regen strength somewhere else. But yeah, it was at 65. So that's interesting. So maybe I want more, okay? And I want it so basically I can almost lock up the wheel. All right. Mode. Okay, so that's pretty much it. All right, that's basically the modes and levels is going to be how your bike, behaves. All right, in different modes. All right, so and that's what you guys were, that's what we were testing out. Okay, and then this is the regen. Okay, we'll go play around with that. But yeah, so I had the regen set to no, it doesn't say. That's weird. You can adjust how much it ramps up and stuff. I'm gonna have to play around with that. Basically I just want more regen, I like the regen, but you can also have it off throttle, okay? But it was not off throttle, right? We were using the thumb throttle. All right, off throttle is when you let off on the throttle, it will automatically start regenning. Okay. I wonder if that has something like minimum regen speed. There's nothing like that here, so. Oh wait. The brakes. Yeah. Ramping. Oh, this is the throttle ramping. Okay, so this, I'm not really sure.
Is this part of the thumb throttle or just the regular throttle? That's a good question, all right? So this is how fast it'll ramp up, and it's on 50 milliseconds or something. I think the less I'm not sure. You're gonna have to play around with that, guys. So that basically is gonna tell the bike how fast to increase the the power. Okay, sort of, kind of. It's Hayes Mega has to learn a whole new thing, man. Okay, and I think that's it. Yeah. So basically, what affects how the bike rides the most is probably these modes. Okay. But the throttle and the throttle ramping and all that stuff, it dictates how fast you're gonna get that power, guys. Okay. You gotta adjust that separately. Okay, so yeah, so that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. That's so those are what the different settings that we were riding with at that time. Okay, so Hades Mega is going to go mess around with it now.